Now let me get one thing clear. Spain is a safe country, but there are some typical scams and scammers that you need to watch out for when you visit.
No grave, chacho.
So in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 10 scams that are operating in the tourist centers of Spain. So 1, you can avoid them. 2, you can recognize them if they're happening to you. And 3, you know what to do if you are the victim of a scam. Outdoor tables and terraces like this are a great place to grab tapas or a drink in the sun, but there's a classic scam that happens in places just like this, and it happened to a member of the Spain Revealed Facebook group. I'm paraphrasing. Had my phone stolen in the Plaza Mayor. I left it on the table. A guy came up with a sign with a bunch of stuff written on it. He kept saying something over and over. We ignored him, but he wouldn't leave. He put the sign on the table and kept talking, and when he finally left, I realized my phone was gone. Do not leave your phone, wallet, whatever it is, on the table in plain sight, because these guys are fast, right? And that goes also when you're inside in tapas bars, because a lot of more traditional tapas bars are almost like quasi-public spaces and people are often coming and going. So your phone, your wallet, in your pocket. Okay, so where should you put your backpack or bag when you're sitting at a restaurant? Where you shouldn't leave it is here on the back of your chair, because someone can swipe it when you're not looking or put their hand in and grab some of your valuables. If you've got something bulky like a backpack, you can put it between your legs under the table, and maybe you can tie the strap or wrap the strap around your leg or around the chair leg. But ideally you have something small like a purse that you can just have on your lap. And also, ideally you take the minimum that you need when you go out of the hotel each day, so you're not wandering around the city with a lot of valuables. Check online, because there's a lot of travel slings and travel pouches whereby you can keep your valuables inside your clothes while you're out and about. Okay, next let's talk about the famous clipboard scam. Now, I used to see this scam all the time in this park right here, the Sabatini Gardens, when I was walking to work, right alongside Madrid's Royal Palace. And this person's experience in Reddit explains the scam perfectly. I got approached by 2 girls with clipboards asking for some petition for disabled children. I tried ignoring and giving a no, but one blocked my way. I signed her thing, keeping a tight grip on my wallet, and then she asked for my ID. I wasn't thinking and I showed it. Then they asked for money, at which point I just walked away. I checked my wallet. Luckily, they didn't get anything, but I still feel dumb for letting it progress that far. So what's going on here? Well, when I used to see this scam, it was usually a group of 4 or 5 young girls. They often had pretty ratty looking IDs around their necks, and they would approach you with their clipboard and the petition, ask you to sign it or harass you to sign it. And then once you'd signed it, they would hassle you for money, a bigger donation than what potentially you had promised. And it was pretty intimidating, to be honest. But here's the worst part, is that because there's a few of them, the risk is that while you're distracted signing the petition, maybe one of the other ones is going to pick your pocket. So there's 2 lessons here. One is, if anyone's asking for a donation for a legit organization, they're going to be doing it in a really busy public place, not in a quiet park. And 2, scammers and thieves often work in small groups so that one can distract you with something while the other is picking your pocket and swiping your phone or wallet. So be aware of small groups that are trying to confuse you. No, gracias. Okay, next up, the rosemary scam. So how it works is you're going to be walking in a busy, probably touristy area like this one, and a woman's going to approach you and offer you a sprig of rosemary. And she's going to tell you it's going to bring you good luck and probably tell you that it's free. The thing is, it ain't free. So what's going to happen is you'll take the rosemary and she's going to hassle you for money. And a similar one is the free gift or free bracelet scam. So how this works is you'll be walking around a touristy area and someone will approach you and offer you a free gift. It might be a small little carving, or they'll offer you a free bracelet. In fact, they'll possibly tie it around your wrist before you even realize. This happened to someone in the Spain Revealed Facebook group. Me and my boyfriend had bracelets forcibly put on us and told for free. And then as we left, they would follow you and hold your wrist again and get angry when you wouldn't give them money. It was quite intimidating. So here are some important lessons from these last 2 scams. Look, not all scams are created equal. Some are more equal than others. Look, sometimes people are trying to steal from you, which is illegal, but other times they're more trying to put you in a situation where you feel obliged to give them money. And while that's not illegal, it's intimidating and it's not okay. So always feel empowered to politely but firmly say no gracias and keep on moving. So guys, I know I keep going on about the Spain Revealed Facebook group, so let me tell you about it. This is a community of over 12,000 Spain lovers who love sharing their experience of traveling in Spain and asking tips for planning their trip. So, if you are planning a trip to Spain, it's a wonderful resource. And if you've been to Spain, it's just a wonderful community to share your experience. So I'm gonna drop the link to it down below, and I'll drop a QR code down here somewhere so you can join us over in the group and start celebrating Spain with us. So happily, taxi scams don't happen often in Spain, but Yoli and I did fall victim to one when we'd gotten off a long flight from New Zealand. But general rule, when you get in a cab, the meter needs to be on, and at the end of the trip, what is on the meter is what you pay. You might see that sometimes they do add on a legitimate supplement at the end, depending on whether you're being picked up from a train station or dropped off at an airport. There are some supplements, and to be honest, the whole supplement thing can be a little confusing. But here's the thing, and this is where Yoli and I got caught out. If you're in Madrid, there is a fixed fare of 33 euros if you're going from the airport to the central city and vice versa. And that fixed price has no supplements, regardless of luggage or anything like that. In our case, someone once charged us more than that, and we were so out of it from the trip that we actually paid it. Kind of thinking something's not right, but our brains were fried. And here are some important taxi tips that you need to know. So first of all, when you arrive at the train station or airport, get the taxi from the official taxi rank, not from, someone who's just waiting outside, because it's more likely that they're going to be a cowboy. Also, a taxi driver is never going to wait for you in the terminal. And if you think you might have been ripped off, ask for a receipt. Quiero un ticket del taxímetro, por favor. It's important that you say del taxímetro because that means from the actual meter and not the credit card printout. And if you want to be 100% sure about what you're going to pay in advance, Uber and Cabify work in the main cities of Spain. Also, Free Now is an app that lets you order actual taxis and know what you're going to pay in advance. Also, I love Welcome Pickups. They do airport pickups and drop-offs. We used them recently in Dubai. In that case, the driver will wait in the terminal at the airport or the train station with a sign with your name on it, and it just makes the arrival or the leaving so much easier. I'll link to those guys down below. So you've bought your ticket to the Sagrada Familia, the Real Madrid match, or the Royal Palace, and you go to the site, they scan your ticket, and it doesn't scan. Why? Because it's fake. Yep, the fake ticket scam. You see, sometimes scammers set up websites that look like official websites to famous monuments. This happened just last year in Madrid, where a criminal gang set up a website that looked just like the Prado Museum website, but of course the tickets never worked. So what's the lesson here? So the thing is, you always want to buy your tickets through the official website of the monument or site, or failing that through an official reseller, like TripAdvisor, Viator, or Get Your Guide. And if you're a bit suspicious about a website, say you want to make sure that the Prado website is legit, a trick is to go to another official website, say the Madrid tourism website, find the Prado page and click the link on that page to take you back to the Prado website, just to make sure you're in the right place. Oh, and don't do what this guy did when he wanted to buy tickets to a Real Madrid match. He said, I bought these beautiful tickets at face value of 80 euros from a nice looking guy on the street. Now, obviously they were fake, so don't buy your tickets off nice looking guys in the street. So are there many restaurant scams in Spain? Well, look, apart from getting crappy food in touristy areas or paying inflated prices, not really. I think the worst that's going to happen is that if you order a glass of wine, they're going to give you the most expensive one, or if you order a beer, they're going to give you a huge one instead of maybe the little one that the locals are drinking. So be comfortable asking the price of things. Just say, ¿cuánto cuesta? But here are some important tips to keep in mind when you are eating in restaurants. One, prices must be listed on the menu, and those prices must include sales tax, 10% sales tax. So the price you see on the menu is the final price. And two, if you're given a free gift like some bread or olives when you sit down, it is legal for them to charge you a little bit for that free gift. So if you don't want it, you can just say, no gracias, don't touch it, and they'll take it away. And three, restaurants have a legal obligation to give you tap water if you ask for it, assuming you're eating in the restaurant, of course. Ask for agua de grifo, por favor. It's important that you say de grifo because that means tap. If you just ask for agua, they're likely going to give you bottled water. And remember, the tap water is drinkable all throughout Spain, even if it might taste a little bit funny in a few regions. And finally, number 4, a service charge should never be included by default on your bill. It's you who decide if you want to leave a tip or not. Okay, next we're going to discuss the world's scammiest ATM machines, Euronet. You're going to see these guys all over Spain and Europe. And in short, if you use your foreign credit or debit card to get cash out here, you're going to pay crazy commissions and get a terrible exchange rate. How do these guys keep operating? Well, the thing is, they're not illegal. They're just a terrible deal. Plus, they prey on tourists because if locals use their local bank card in here, they don't pay the crazy fees, just the tourists. So how should you handle money on your trip? Well, ideally you're not getting cash out at places like this because you're never going to get a good exchange rate. And to be honest, here in Spain these days, we don't use that much cash anymore. I pay for everything almost with contactless. So what I recommend doing is before you travel, talk to your bank and see what it's going to cost you to use your bank card here in Spain to get out euros. And if it's going to be expensive and they're going to give you a bad rate, then what I would do is get a Wise card. That's what I use when I travel. Wise is kind of like a bank whereby you get a debit card that you can use to pay for things overseas, always getting a great exchange rate. And that way also, if you need cash, you can get it out with your Wise card from a local bank's ATM, not a Euronet, and you're gonna get a great rate. Oh, and just an aside, if you're paying for something in Spain and it asks you which currency you wanna use, well, it might seem like a good idea to choose your home currency. Always choose euros, because that way your card issuer is gonna do the exchange rate, which is generally gonna be a better rate than the dynamic rate that it would give you at the point of sale if you choose your home currency. And when it comes to buying metro tickets, if someone offers to help you with the ticket machine, just give them a firm no gracias and move to another machine or tell a security guard. Someone in the Facebook group said, I've had someone offer to help me with the ticket machine for the metro and then try to get their ticket charged to my card. And the biggest issue you can face in the metro is being pickpocketed. So remember, don't have your phone or your wallet in your back pocket. And look, that applies generally. Never walk around with your valuables in your back pocket, always front pockets. And on the metro, don't have your backpack on behind you, put it on in front of you where you can always see it. Plus, this person said in the Spain Revealed Facebook group, if you're standing by the metro doors, don't have your phone in your hands. I've seen some guys wait by the doors and when they open, they grab the phone just in time for the metro to go on its way. And if suddenly someone approaches you and offers to clean the bird poop off your back, just say no gracias and keep on moving. A couple who were living in Ronda for a year said that a man secretly sprayed something on the jacket of the husband while they were walking under a tree and then rushed up to help them to clean it off and to steal their credit card and 150 euros. But happily, they said in the 46 years traveling in Spain, this was the only time that something bad had happened to them. But heads up, because sometimes there are things in Spain that look like scams, but actually aren't. Tapas bars like this one are quasi-public places, so often you're gonna see street vendors coming in selling lottery tickets or lighters or whatever it may be, and the proprietors actually let them come and go and try and sell their wares to the patrons. Now, that is just someone selling their wares, not scamming people, but it doesn't mean you have to buy anything. You can just give them a simple no gracias and go back to your caña. So what happens if you're the victim of a theft, for example? Well, look, you could look for the police around you and ask for their help, but realistically, they're probably not going to be able to get your stuff back. The perpetrator is going to be long gone by then. But keep in mind that if you do have an emergency, the phone number for the police, ambulance, and fire is 112. And also, you might need to file a police report for insurance purposes. So there's a number appearing on the screen now that you can call to file that report in English over the phone, and then you just need to go to a local police station to sign it. And that's much faster than going to the police station from the outset and waiting in line to file a report that way. And I also recommend buying AirTags for your trip so you can put them in any backpacks or bags that you're going to be taking out and about while you're traveling. Last year, I had my backpack stolen with my computer and camera in it, 15,000 euros worth of gear, and I only recovered my computer because it had the Find My Mac function, which is effectively what AirTags do. So if you want to see what happened to us last year when we had all our stuff stolen and get more safety tips for your trip to Spain, check out this video over here, and we'll see you over there in a moment. Ciao.